Discussions starts now.
Hey, Phil, do you want to do the intro? Because the last time I just jumped in there and started doing it and it looked like you were going to start. So it's up to you. Do you want to?
Sure. Welcome to another edition of AFK Discussions. This is your introducer, Phil. I am here with the host, Jason. We have a lot of things we're going to be talking about. That's you, yeah. Did you know that was you, or just finding this out now?
I did not.
Oh my God, I'm Jason. So yeah, today we have a lot to talk about. Obviously, the month of madness continues for me on my side and Exploring with Phil. 7 days into going to the Huckamuck Swamp every single day. Jason, we're going to be talking about, Jason wanted to talk about celebrities and celebrity lookalikes and sort of this newfound thing recently, you know, whether it's Britney Spears, Kanye West, a myriad of other people that people are claiming that these people have been replaced. You know, especially the Britney Spears, that's been going on for a few years now. So
yeah,
a lot of those things that Jason wanted to get into. So we're going to be talking about all those things. But before we get into those things, Jason, how are you tonight? How's your week? What's going on?
This week has been crazy. You know, this past week was July 4th, which was awesome. Did you have a good 4th?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a family cookout at home. You know, hot dogs, burgers, all that kind of stuff. You know, the normal things that everyone does during the 4th of July. It was very good. What about you guys?
Yeah, same thing. Family cookout.
Yep.
Just, you know, just had fun and, you know, went over to my brother-in-law's and did some hamburgers and hot dogs and all that good stuff.
Nice. Awesome. Very good. That's always good. I mean, it sounds boring, but that's what everyone does during the 4th of July. And
Yeah.
it is an awesome time. I love the holiday. It's a great time to be outside. Hopefully, we had like one great day outdoors. I don't know if you guys had some good outdoor days, but the 4th of July was the best out of all the days. Other than that, every other day was cloudy, muggy, disgusting, rained. But yeah, that's all you can wish for, you know, just a good time with your family, some fireworks, hopefully. And, you know, that's pretty much about all you can ask for.
Yeah, definitely. So we actually went, my brother-in-law lives kind of close to Oak Ridge. And, you know, most people know Oak Ridge as the secret city or the city of strangeness or the new Hadron Collider that's over there.
Yeah.
maybe they're, you know, opening portals and letting Bigfoot through. Who knows? But yeah, so Oak Ridge is a weird place. But we watched fireworks in Oak Ridge. Nothing weird happened, just the fireworks. But yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, how are they over there? Are they... do they do them off the side of a mountain? Like, how does that work in Tennessee? Because where we are, a lot of the times, if you live by the ocean, they do them from the ocean or something like that, or you know. But from in Tennessee, like, how does that work?
Just like a park. It's like where the city hall is. They have like a city hall and library, and they just shot them out there. There's like a big park area. So,
okay.
Is actually the park is kind of cool. So they had like whenever the truce between the U.S. and Japan after, you know, the bomb was dropped and everything in World War II, there's actually a bell from Japan, like, you know, those big ancient Japanese bells that you see in movies and stuff. Well, there's one of those that was sent over here to Oak Ridge because, you know, that's where they make the bomb and stuff. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but yeah, they have like this memorial thing there.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah. But they shot right there.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, this last week was kind of crazy also. Some people who are on Instagram probably already saw pictures, but I was over at Merkle Media Studios and I had like a business meeting there. And so it was interesting. Tony's like, "Hey, do you want to sit in on this interview?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Guys, you got to check out the interview when it drops. I don't know when it's going to come out. Usually they're a couple weeks behind, like when they record, they release, a few weeks out. It was very strange to say the least. And after the episode comes out, I will talk about my experience that happened, but it definitely was a weird one. So to say the least, I'm still kind of shooken up about it, I guess, a little bit. Yeah.
And I think you could say this much: it reminded you of something else you have gone through before.
Oh yeah.
I think that's why it kind of hits home to you, because it's like, well, I've experienced something like this before, or at least those same feelings, we'll say.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then I think that's a good tease right there to let people come back next week to hear your side of the story about what happened, because I heard it off air. I think it's definitely interesting, especially the correlations and stuff, but you have to wait till that episode comes out. Obviously, in the Confessionals podcast, you guys can check that out when that comes out. When will that episode be out? This week?
Like I said, I don't know. It depends on the episode. Like if it's really, because it kind of ties in with another episode that recently he put out. So I don't know if he'll put it out this week, or sometimes they save stuff for a couple of weeks and then they put it out. It just depends. They got a backlog they go through, because
Right.
like we record once a week, they record twice or three times a week. So
Gotcha.
Yep. But so I was going to say, oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. I lost my thought for a second. So how has the Hookamuck Swamp been treating you?
The Hookamuck Swamp's been very interesting. So day one, I've gone over all the footage again, almost all the footage. I'm almost to day 7, which was today.
Mm-hmm.
So day 1 was probably by far the most active out of all the days. Day 1, a couple EVPs. I heard a disembodied voice with my own ears. Caught that on EVP. That video of I'm gonna do every week. I'm gonna try to do like a wrap up video of what happens, and so all of this will be in there. Hopefully by tomorrow, maybe Tuesday at the latest. By the time I get it out. So yeah, it's been interesting, man. It's been really cool going there every single day, different parts of the swamp. Some days it's really quiet, other days are more active than others. So that's kind of interesting day to day, how that goes. So overall, got some interesting evidence so far. I would say that there are 2 things that stick out to me the most as far as like brand new things that I could talk about. Would be number 1, asked about Moshup, which I've asked about Moshup before. If anyone doesn't remember Moshup, I've talked about it before. But Moshup is a giant from Wampanoag legend, former giant. And so there's a lot of confusion as far as with his legend, as far as his end, whether he gets killed by Pukwudgies, whether he just walks into an ocean before the Europeans get here. There's like a lot of confusion of what happened to him, or how the legend goes. There's a couple different versions of the story. So I kind of ask about that, talking about that in the spirit box. And then I ask if, Moshup is still around. And that's what the response says. He's here, or he's around. He's around here. You know what I mean? Something like that. I can't remember exactly the exact wording, but basically saying that he was here. He was around still, that was awesome. And then today, I have not gone over the evidence, but today, with our own ears, Nicole and I were asking about Granny Squant, which is like a female. Now this is where it gets confusing. I don't know if it's like the wife of Moshup, or like some sort of female deity. It's kind of a thing in Wampanoag lore. Because I haven't really done a lot of research in Granny Squint, so I don't have that much knowledge about as far as the history, but I do know that they would leave food for her in the woods, kind of like the little people. So that's kind of a similarity. And they would, she would bless them and that kind of thing. And so we caught a laugh. We heard a laugh out there. I don't know if we caught it on camera or not, but we heard a laugh with our own ears out there. And then shortly after that, we get the word bank response laugh. So the Granny Squant and I think the Moshup are the 2 most interesting things so far. Plus, obviously, the EVPs and all that stuff. So, but 1 weekend, month of madness. Yeah, dude, crazy.
Yeah, that seems crazy. And all I've got to say is, if he's still there, then that's that Nephilim spirits, man.
Yeah, right. That's exactly it. Especially considering he's a giant.
Yeah.
So like it's and the very fact if you with their lore, you got the Puckwudgies, which are these little deities, little entities, and then the giant, where the giant is like in control of them, kind of a thing. It's very strange, like how that all works. So at the very least, there seems to be the disembodied spirit of Moshup there. I don't actually believe there's the giant still there. You know what I mean? Physically still there. Like I don't see any evidence of that. But I mean that would be that would be absolutely insane. That would be like the redheaded giants of Kandahar or whatever that story
Yeah.
is. It would be like the. I mean, it's Hockomock Swamp. Nothing would surprise me, but the way Moshup is described, he was described very, very tall. So I highly doubt the physical Moshup is still around. But
you never know.
you never know, and at the very least, it's definitely his disembodied spirit.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Very, very, especially you start getting into biblical stuff, like things like Joel talks about. Just food for thoughts, stuff to think about. 1 week in, can't wait to see what the rest of the month brings.
Yeah. Oh, guys, we forgot to plug our sponsor. Yeah. Yep. So check out fattack.com for all your tactical needs, big or small. They have you covered from head to toe. Literally. They have shoes now. I'm not kidding. They have Fat Tack flip-flops and like sandals, and it's pretty cool. So
can we get the AFK logo on those flip-flops?
We can. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. I'll be rocking those Labor Day.
Yep. I'll have to talk to Josh and see if he can hook that up. So
yeah, I will totally buy some.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Let's see. Also, you talked about our good friend, Mr.
Joel?
Mr. Joel Thomas. Yeah, so
from Kill the Rabbits, we all know.
Free the rabbits, not kill the rabbits.
That still might be one of my favorite moments from the show ever.
Yeah. So he released an episode this week, which you guys need to check out. It's about Project Bluebeam.
Oh, cool.
And, yeah, it's really cool. I don't want to spoil anything, but definitely go check that out.
That's awesome. Oh, since we're giving plugs, I want to give a big plug to Truth, the Truth Tank.
Oh yeah, dude, Truth Tank.
Dude, he's always reposting my Exploring with Phil stuff, always reposting the AFK stuff. So, and I've talked to him all the time, off air. We got trying to get him on the show. He lives in Australia, so we were literally trying to figure out. Like, I was like, all right, we record on Sundays at 7, and I was like, but I don't really know what time that is for him. Like, I don't know if that's Saturday or if that, you know what I'm saying, or if Monday. Really, I have no idea. So
I think
that's been a struggle.
I think it's Monday. I think it's
ahead. So it would have to be like Monday. So we have to figure that. That's been the hardest part, is trying to figure out a time to like record with him. That's like not going to be super early or late for us, or not super early or late for him.
Yeah.
So that's been the challenge. So, but I've been wanting to get him on here for a while, because he's got some Australia stuff he wants to talk about.
Yeah.
Paranormal stuff. But yeah, huge shout out.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
Yep.
Like you said, always sharing our stuff and just awesome.
Yeah. I've been meaning to plug. He's got a podcast too, the Truth Tank podcast. Awesome podcast. Please go check that out. I'm trying to think the latest episode. I just finished it too. God, my mind is utter trash. So we'll have to come back to that while I pull it up, because my mind is garbage right now. But
my mind is garbage too. So
I've had such a long week. But it's funny. This the podcast he didn't release it. It's been out for a while. It's just taken me this long to like get to all of it. It's the Boeing airplane whistleblower stuff.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know a lot about, and so he kind of breaks down the whole thing, because I don't know if anyone knows. This kind of gets into a little bit of conspiracy. Shout out to him for bringing this up to my attention. So, I guess 2 of the whistleblowers. Did you know this? 2 of the whistleblowers for Boeing involved in the Boeing stuff. You know, with Boeing, all the stuff that's been happening recently with their airplanes. 2 of the people that did the whistleblowing or whatever are dead.
Really?
Dead. Yep. Both of them also happened to be working for the same, not working, but had the same lawyer as well.
Dang.
Which cannot be coincidental. Just like the Truth Tank said in his podcast, he was saying that like that could just be like a class action lawsuit. You know, that kind of happens sometimes. So like that's not necessarily crazy. The crazy fact is they both died. You know, so I was like, that's real. I say that's something I didn't know. So big shout out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, super. It took me forever to actually get to that episode, but I wanted to give him a good plug for that.
So I've been trying to find some photos here, and I'm not having much luck, actually.
What I do have a couple articles here. I have one about Britney Spears and Kanye West. I could at least pull up if you want to look at them. Let me just do the share screen thing, but I have to do something real quick.
But man, let me. Whoever, I mean, the Kanye West thing is the one that really gets me, right? Because I mean, the dude's always been kind of a little out there, right? Like a little, not a little, but a lot out there. But the thing that's so weird, right, is he said, I think it was on Rogan, he said something to the effect of, if I disappear and I come back, it may not be me. Like he's saying that, he may be replaced, right?
Yeah.
That's
okay. Can you see this?
Yeah, I was looking at it a minute ago. So the thing
this
is
yeah, this is the article that kind of started it all, right?
I think so. Yeah. If you look
11 months ago. Yeah.
If you look at him and
is this the new him?
That's the new him. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Okay.
Like it doesn't look like him at all. Like really doesn't look like him. And the thing is, the first few months, like he disappeared or went off the radar. I don't want to say disappeared, went off the radar. And when he came back, he like his face was covered like all the time. Like he would.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that in a lot of these photos. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't know. Then he grew this like really nasty looking beard out, and he wears like grills like constantly now, which makes me think of maybe because Kanye has like a distinct like on his lower teeth, like right here. I don't know where, I guess incisor or whatever it is right there. He's got like a little gap, and I'm thinking maybe he's wearing those grills to kind of cover up where his teeth may be different. But yeah, I definitely don't think it's the same person. Here, I found a good picture. Let me
yeah, do you know how to do that? I can just do present. You can do present, and then you can select entire screen, the window itself or whatever.
Okay.
And then you could yep.
So I'm going to pull up two pictures of Kanye, like a before and after, I guess. I'm trying to find one that his face is kind of in the same
position.
Yeah, same position. But yeah, it's just so weird to me because okay, so he said, I don't know, I'm not questioning his faith or anything or his walk with God, but he said that he was a Christian and he was having all these church services and stuff. Well, lately he's been like saying he's the Messiah and like all this other like wild stuff, like just crazy off unhinged stuff, which I mean Kanye can be unhinged at times, but this is even more unhinged than normal.
Like, is this before or after he went on Rogan and said he wanted to buy the whole earth?
Oh, this is after that.
Okay,
that's normal Kanye crazy.
Yeah, yep. Because I've seen that clip and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's normal.
So all right, let's see it.
A good picture.
All right.
Let me open it in a tab.
You're gonna show us real Kanye first?
Yeah. Let's see. Open image. Give me a second, guys. I know this is great. This is riveting content right now. For some reason, it won't let me open this image.
Do you have it on your screen? Just do it on the web browser.
Yeah, I'm opening up, trying to get it open like large. So I have it in the web browser. It's weird. It's not okay. I'm just gonna open up this Google where I was searching the images, and I'll just do that live. Okay, present. Share screen. Share screen, and I'm going to share. Is it this one? Nope, not that one. Why is it window? Okay, here we go. Share. Boom. Is it up? Oh, it's in the
I'm sorry, I gotta. That's
yeah,
my
you
fault.
gotta.
Here we go.
Okay. So here's Kanye. This is the Kanye we know, and some people may love, some people may not, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the new Kanye. The new Kanye. The new Kanye doesn't really look like the old Kanye. See what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
This guy and this guy. I mean, they have similarities, but not really, So here's
Yeah.
another picture of new Kanye. I just don't know what to think.
Yeah, he does look a lot different. I mean, either he's aged very dramatically in a short amount of time, because it just, you know what I mean? Just he definitely. I mean, he's a weird dude anyway, but still, it is weird though, because he does look a lot different.
Yeah, but this is
And
him.
I don't follow Kanye all that much,
Yeah, when he
but
was covering.
like I said, the covering the face thing is weird.
Yeah,
That's weird. I mean, but he is a weird guy, so it's tough.
it is tough, but I mean, it doesn't seem like the same person,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is this? I mean, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know Kanye, but
Yeah, those watching or listening to this, if you obviously follow Kanye West and you maybe know about this conspiracy already, let us know what you guys think, because it's definitely interesting. I mean, he definitely does look a lot different.
yeah. There's this one time he was wearing this like complete like all black, like even his whole head was covered.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, this is another weird one. He just he just looks weird.
Yeah,
Just
what is yeah,
doesn't look right,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's strange.
I just don't know. Like,
Yeah, I mean he's such a weird guy anyway, so it's just
yeah.
so difficult. I don't know, man. It is weird though. I will say that. Inconclusive, but definitely weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Definitely weird.
But that's just one of the things that I don't know, I've been looking at recently and just wondering, I like to, go down these rabbit holes because celebrities are so interesting anyways, their lives. I mean, I've been looking into the whole selling their soul for fame. That's a big one. And gosh, that rabbit hole is so deep. I mean, there's so many celebrities that jokingly say that or something, on air. They're like, "Oh yeah, I sold my soul," like really nonchalant. And then there's ones, that say like, "Oh yeah, I drink blood and all this other weird stuff," and it's just very strange. I don't see how someone could do that, but I mean, I guess if you want fame, then I mean, that's the easiest way to get it. I mean, if you listen to Joel's story, Joel has a similar story, where he was, seeking fame and seeking down the wrong path to get it. It was on an earlier episode of the Confessionals. You guys can look it up, but it's very interesting. Like he goes deep on it, on what happened, what he went through. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, that is wild. It reminds me of that what's that place called in California where they have like the ritual thing that for the longest time people didn't know about?
Oh, the Bohemian Grove.
Yes, yes. I saw someone had recently got in there and did a video there, and they whizzed on the altar. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
How
I just wonder how that's going for them.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. You just wonder. Yeah, because that's always like a one of those things that people claim about Hollywood, especially. You know that to get to the inner circle, you got to do some weird, messed up things, and there's all these rumors and stuff. And the same thing with Washington D.C. or any of those type of places. Same thing. Even on the confessionals, you've heard a couple stories about, whether it's the party in the middle of the desert, in the California one, or it's the people in DC, the party the guy that went to at DC, and like both all those stories both have elements of people trying to get power and willing to do absolutely anything to get that power. So
Yes, it's gosh, it's so crazy.
mm-hmm.
You know about Washington D.C. about how it's laid out in a pentagram, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, everything there, well, at least the old original structures are very intentionally placed.
Mhm.
All of the monuments, like it was meticulously thought out. Most of them, I believe, it was designed by a lot of Freemasons, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, Another weird structure, that I know a lot of people have been wanting us to talk about is the Denver airport.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so strange, not strange thing, ironic thing is so I don't really like to fly, right? But my new job is going to consist of some travel, and one of the first places I'm going is Denver. So I'll be getting to see the Denver airport firsthand, and you guys, I will be taking a lot of pictures, and we will definitely be having an episode about that whenever I get back.
Yeah, because that's what the rumor is about that place, that there's all these other levels there. It's like the way it's designed, there's like a secret base under there or something or whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah, so that's definitely interesting. Makes you wonder though. I mean, it's in Denver proper, right? So it's like literally a mile high up too, right?
yep, yep.
Hmm.
And it's right there next to um what is that? NORAD and all that is right there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Military bases and yeah.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if there's an underground military base or underground something or other down there for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
Laura's been chiming in. She did say hello in the beginning there, as well as Tinfoil Wizard Cryptid Master. Don't want to leave him out as well. But Laura said there is a song by Panic at the Disco called Lava Devotee, I guess. He talks about LA and swimming pools and the desert sky equals portals. Interesting. Oh, probably because we were talking about the LA desert and stuff.
yeah.
Interesting. Awesome.
So it's very funny because as we're recording, um Brooks from Smokey's Unforgotten Paranormal,
Hmm.
or Unforgotten Spirits, I said paranormal. He just messaged me and asked me a question about the Black Eyed Kids and what I thought about them. That I thought that was very interesting. So I may address it now, so I can just tell him to tune into YouTube.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
The Black Eyed Kids phenomenon was such a weird thing because it seems like, at least to me, the time period of the Black Eyed Kids seemed to be anywhere from 2006 till 2015, 2016, maybe 2017 at the latest.
yeah,
After that, you'd never hear those reports anymore
yeah,
at all,
yeah.
at all. So what's going on there?
So
I have a couple thoughts, but I want to hear what you think about that, because it is true. Because I remember back in the day, or especially around 10, 11, 12, like those stories were popping off like crazy. People calling in and all these shows. Every time you turn around, there's another Black Eyed Kid story. And then now it's like you don't hear anything about them. Kind of like the clown thing around that same time period where all these people just started
yeah,
dressing up as clowns in the woods for no reason. And
Yeah,
then like, it's what is going on? You know what I mean? Very, very weird. Anyway,
yeah, that clown thing was really crazy. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. But the black-eyed kids, I really, really believe in the black-eyed kids thing. Just because I mean, there's so many accounts out there that are very credible. People, you know, that like these kids try to get in their car and try to come in their house, and apparently, I think there's some ring camera footage of a supposed black-eyed kid. Um, maybe it was a house camera or something that caught one looking in a window or something like that. But yeah, I think they're more akin to vampires than like aliens, because the whole lore of vampires, or even like a demonic entity, but the whole lore of vampires, you have to be invited in. You can't just enter someone's house, and that's the one thing that they're trying to get invited into your house or into your car. And I think it's so weird, man.
very weird.
But I mean, I think spirits and demonic entities, I think they have to be invited in. I think that's one of the big rules of anything like that. So it's very strange. I don't know. Maybe I think there's way more to it than we know. I think maybe I don't know. I think the vampires. I really do.
Interesting.
Like not even, I mean, I believe that there are people who drink blood and they're like legit, like blood drinking vampires. But I think these may be even more like a psychic vampire, someone who feeds off emotion and the fear that, whenever they come in the house, the fear that they just give people. But I mean, I don't. Could you imagine like kids showing up to your house with like solid black eyes and like, let us in? I mean, I don't. That's like this.
No, hell, no, absolutely not. No, that's creepy.
Can I use your phone?
Yeah.
Let me in. Don't look in my eyes. They're okay. They're normal eyes. Just let me in.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely terrifying. I do have a story my uncle told me that's like a lot like a black-eyed kid story, but without children and an old lady instead.
Really?
Yeah, so the story is still the same. She's at the screen door, trying to like get inside the house, like pulling at the screen door. It's locked. And my aunt answers the door, and this is that haunted house that they lived in Onset, by the way. So she's pulling at the door, and she's like, "Excuse me, can I help you?" She's like, "I want to come into your house." And she's like, "No, you can't come in here." And she's like, "No, I want to come into your house." And so she goes to get her husband, my uncle, and he comes to the door, and the lady like looks up at him, and she just says the same thing, "I want to come in." And her eyes are all black, just like the black-eyed kids in the story. And so then they say no, obviously, that she can't come in. She like wanders around in front of the house, and then she gives this like stereotypical witch laugh like you would hear in a movie or anything like that. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, and they never saw her again.
Gosh, that is so crazy.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
And the first encounter of black-eyed kids was in Texas, I believe. Hey, Brooks made it. In Texas, and so there's a reporter, actually, of all things, who was in his car, and he said that some kids came up to him and was asking for money to go see a movie, and the reporter was like, it's it's kind of weird because it's late at night, and there's just these three kids and they want to go to a movie theater and they're asking money. And he said he asked them where their parents were or something like that, to that effect. And they're like, "Oh, do you think you can give us a ride home, or can we use your phone or something like that?" And he said whenever, he, I think, rolled down the window or something, he saw, the kids had, solid black eyes. That was the first encounter. Well, at least the first encounter that was written about.
And that was in 1998. It looks
Yeah.
like Brooks is saying. So 1998. Yeah, that is very, very strange. Like I said, when's the last report you heard?
It was recently, like I want to say within the past couple years.
Really? I haven't heard any reports in years. Years. It's one of those things I remember people talking about all the time. Kind of like the Hat Man or like Slender Man for a while. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like there's these like ebbs and flows within this with this kind of stuff, especially the Hat Man. The Hat Man is a strange phenomenon because that's one of those ones I believe that one person saw the Hat Man, describes it, and then all of a sudden other people are seeing it.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
that kind of a thing. So like with something like that, is that just our minds doing that? You know what I mean? Creating this entity out of thin air? Do you know what I'm saying? Kind of like the Slender Man thing. The Slender Man thing was created out of thin air. You know, someone made up the story online, and then the story, if I remember correctly, the story goes, these girls started having these demonic attacks because of this entity that they made up. So obviously, with something like that, the Slender Man wasn't a thing. Some other entity just took the persona of the Slender Man and was able to wreak havoc. If this is true, anyway, wreak
yeah,
havoc in these girls' lives. So yeah, with those things, it just makes you wonder what's really going on with that stuff. With
yeah,
Black Eyed Kids as well. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Because like it's like I don't know. Is it just demonic entities using whatever is popular at the time?
I mean, it could be. I don't know. Um, I do. I'll come back to Hatman in 1 second. I was going to say the Black Eyed Kids. The most recent one I remember was the ring door footage of
Hmm.
a supposed Black Eyed Kid, um, or maybe it was from it was either from the door or from a camera that was inside the house, and you see this entity like looking in the window and has solid black eyes.
Mm.
But that's the most recent one that I've heard of. Now to circle back to the Hat Man phenomenon. So whenever I was gosh, maybe 14, 15 years old, I think I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw a Hat Man at the bottom of my bed. And this is before, before podcast and the internet was, in the very early stages. We had AOL good old dial up. So, um, but mine was different. Mine was not a black figure. It was a solid white figure,
Oh,
like
weird.
a glowing Hat Man.
Hmm.
So it was different, but yeah, I have seen one, and it was definitely before all this Hat Man mania, I guess you would call it.
Yeah. How would you describe that experience? A positive one or a negative one?
I didn't
Neutral.
I wasn't afraid. I like
Mm.
woke up, I saw it, and then I laid back down, went to sleep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So neutral
Yeah,
or positive at best. Neutral at best. Positive possibly.
but
But yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
yeah, but I coughed it up to my grandfather, like spirit
Mm.
visiting me, because he was known to wear like a fedora, and
Oh. Okay.
so
Sure.
I asked my mom about it. And so yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. Makes you wonder.
Yeah. So the other thing that like the Slender Man and what else is there? There's the Rake and all those entities. It started out as creepypastas that are, more like, I guess, in reality now, possibly is, that whole tulpas, or they call them thought forms. It's just when like so many people believe in one thing that, they manifest it.
They
So
create it. Yeah.
yeah, that could be a possibility for stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, a demonic entity or something using that persona and
Yeah,
taking something that someone else has created and making something out of it.
yeah,
I could definitely see that, especially since it's already a known thing that children would be afraid of, or adults or anybody would be afraid of, especially if it's like known in the social, not social media, but like pop culture, that sort of thing. Like I could definitely see that being a possibility, and the very fact that it changes within every 10 or 15 years, it changes to something else. I think that's an interesting aspect
yeah,
that you can't not think about and be like, that makes you wonder, are a lot of these entities just particularly one entity, pretending to be many different entities, you know.
It could be.
Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder for sure. But we do have tinfoil did bring up a couple things that I think are interesting, and then another made up type thing, which people definitely talk about. I don't know what SCP means, but I do know what the backrooms is. You've heard of the backrooms too, right?
Yes.
For those people who don't know what the backrooms are, how would you describe the backrooms? It's like the backrooms to the reality, I guess you would call it. Like, you know, you get stuck in this basement level kind of a world where you can't find your way back, and it's just like endless, endless, endless. And sometimes there's monsters down there, and sometimes
Yeah, like all white walls and just like
yes, yeah,
hallways with
yeah.
doorways,
Yeah, that's exactly it. I could probably Google a picture real quick of the back rooms.
Yeah, it's so crazy. My son was talking about it the other day, and I don't know what to make of it. What he was talking about, but he said something about the back rooms, and I don't know if I think it may be part of a video game now, but
It is a video game now, yeah. Here, I'm gonna bring up some pictures of the back rooms. So just it's exactly what you think. So it's literally just like an office looking building kind of thing. You know, sometimes there's this creature here that you see, like a robot looking thing, but it's just these endless, endless office type hallways. And I've seen some of them that have like water, some that don't. Yeah, and so they did make it into a video game though. But it is creepy. It's interesting. But it makes you wonder, like, where do people get the idea for something like that? You know,
yeah,
is this based on any reality? And just the very fact that they think of this stuff, the back rooms and stuff, will this make something like the back rooms? Here's what I was talking about, like water stuff.
yeah.
You know, just kind of like abstract, kind of like strange kind of stuff. But yeah, that's just to give you a general idea of what back rooms are. Yeah, so I find the backroom stuff fascinating myself. I think it's weird and interesting. Um, Now, if I ever ended up in a back room, it'd be terrifying.
Yeah. So
But I mean, I don't think they are real. But
I don't know,
tinfoil.
man. So let's don't get away from this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the back rooms and stuff like that, I mean, they have to come from somewhere. I mean, yeah, someone could just imagine it, you know. Imagination is a huge thing. But I was talking to Tony, excuse me, and the things about like Narnia and, you know, the stuff J.R.R. Tolkien wrote about Middle Earth, it's almost like you know, other realms, you know, like portals going to other places, and, you know, things can come through, vice versa. Like, you know, you see you know, in Narnia there's a wardrobe that's a doorway to another world, and, you know, in the Tolkien world, it doesn't really talk about, you know, portals per se, but there is this, like, you know, the elves, they get on this boat and they go off into their own world, and, you know, they disappear, and I can't remember what that's called, but yeah, it's I mean, these people that are writing these things may actually be seeing this or visiting another world and bringing this information back. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's mind blowing, you know, to think about stuff like this. I mean, I mean, gosh, you could do a whole episode just on that, you know?
Yeah, looks like we might have a future episode too.
Yeah.
And before we get away from the back rooms, I just wanted to get this comment out there. The SCP-096 is a pale man that if you see a video or picture of him, he will chase you and kill you. And I guess that is part of the back rooms. All right. Yeah, interesting. The back rooms is interesting. The video game does seem kind of cool, although I just don't have time to play video games anymore.
Yeah.
The backroom pictures are real, but there are no monsters though. Ooh, tinfoil's like, I think they're real. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot to get to this comment back up. A lot of the backroom pictures just look like any typical old school office. So at some point, these backroom pictures, I mean, some of them could be real. If, like, imagine if you went to an abandoned office and you saw something that looked kind of like the backrooms.
Yeah.
You take a quick video there, you edit it together, or you take a quick photo there. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely interesting for sure.
Yeah. It makes me think of like, I don't know, abandoned places, because they're like endless hallways of like,
Mhm.
especially like hospitals. You'll
Yeah.
see hallways with doors, and usually it's white, unless
Mhm.
unless it's really abandoned, and then it's overgrown and gross looking. But
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, makes you makes you wonder what's going on with the back rooms. That's for sure.
yeah, I think they're portals.
Portals to to other dimensions and other
Yeah,
places.
like it's a in between place, that you get into, and then these doorways and hallways lead to other places.
Not a bad theory. Not a bad theory. Tinfoil says they are proven. They were proven real.
Really?
At least most of them. But yeah, no, definitely interesting. Hey, if you guys got proof out there the back rooms are real, please send it in. I would love to see it because I do find it interesting and fascinating,
Yeah.
regardless.
It kind of brings you back to the Matrix.
Yeah, definitely. Well, like the key master guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. With the hallways and stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's exactly it. Yeah. Yeah,
Which,
it
like I
makes
said, it's. I mean, they had some wild ideas. The Wachowski, I guess, sisters now.
yeah.
We won't
Yeah.
get into that. That's not the show we're having.
Yeah, not this show.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's. I mean, had some radical ideas that no one's ever thought about from those Matrix movies. I mean, they're awesome. I love the Matrix movies.
I love the first one, and then they kind of get like worse and worse as they go along.
Dude, I still like them. I think they're good.
Do you my least favorite scene of all time, you probably agree, is the Zion dancing scene. Why do we need that?
No, I don't know.
Dude, I watched The Matrix recently with Nicole, and like we're watching the scene, and I'm like, why is this in here? Why what's the point of this scene? It's just so odd. But yeah,
Well, that's
um,
the 90s is
yeah,
and
late 90s
there's a
too.
lot of like techno stuff really heavily influenced.
Oh yeah.
Think
Yeah.
back to other movies in that sort of genre. You have the Blade movies, and they just have random techno scene also. But Blade, goes in there and kills a bunch of vampires, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, there's other movies I can't think of offhand that has like these random rave scenes and stuff.
Right.
I think Blade 1 and 2 had these like big rave scenes.
Yeah, yeah. Both of those movies do have elements of that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but very, very strange. Uh, do you want to still talk about the Britney Spears? You want to close the show with that?
I, we're on a good flow right now. I mean, I mean, the Britney Spears thing I was going to talk about, I think is fake.
So you don't think Britney Spears has been replaced?
I mean, she may be replaced. I'm not saying that, but the story I saw where they had found the real Britney Spears that came out as fake. I did some digging after I told you about it, and yeah.
Oh, so just for argument's sake, is it this one? Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up.
It was on Instagram. I saw like a video.
Free Britney 2.0. Why Britney Spears came a lightning rod for conspiracy theories. So, and then this includes all the crazy videos and stuff. But yeah, this was an interesting article to read. Kind of goes into all the detail about all of the dancing video is what really kicked this off.
With the knives.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that was weird.
But it says we can see Britney dancing on Instagram is a fake. So yeah, so super interesting, the Britney Spears stuff.
Or is
like
it?
that? Yeah, or is it? That kind of, like I said, that kind of kicked off all of that that stuff.
Hey, we got a comment.
Oh, I don't know. This is very disrespectful.
Nice hat.
Nice. Representing the merch, the merch.
Yeah, but so Britney Spears, I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, why?
Does she drive you crazy?
Yeah. But I mean, why would they take a has-been and replace her? I mean, you think maybe, like the thing with Kanye. I mean, that's, I mean, he's not like in the face of the media much, but he's still really well known. I mean, kids nowadays could care less about Britney Spears, honestly. The only people that care about her is, like our generation.
Mm.
But Kanye's still more relevant, just because, of, I guess, who he is,
Yeah, I would say the most interesting about Britney Spears is like the custody stuff. And that's probably where all this kind of stuff, this conspiracy stuff starts with her. Cause like a lot of that stuff is weird. The very fact she couldn't make her own decisions and stuff. You're like, what is going on here? And then, obviously that video doesn't help. And so the one with the dancing one that we were talking about before. So yeah, I don't know. Britney Spears has always been weird. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one that remembers her shaving her head.
Oh yeah.
Back in like 05, 06, whatever that was. So like, she's been known to have like a mental break here or there every now and again. So the very fact, you know what I mean? It's like nothing would surprise me with her. So I don't think she's been replaced, but I just think it's an interesting story, especially that angle of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely interesting.
I mean, there's like, I went hard down the rabbit hole whenever that movie came out. They cloned Tyrone with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Fox.
Oh, the Jamie Foxx one too. That was another one. That was another one. That's right. I forgot about that one.
That one was very interesting. Because I mean, what a coincidence. You disappear, and then you have a movie about cloning, and then you come back as like this superhero guy, because he was disappeared, and they said he was like on his deathbed, and then all of a sudden he shows up and he like rescues this lady's purse.
Yep, he's doing backflips.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And then like a week later, he was sick again.
Yeah, you're like, what the hell's going on?
I know, it's so bizarre.
It was very weird. Were you the one that was convinced that he got replaced? Were we talking about this? Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was definitely weird though. I mean, he didn't help it either.
No,
you know what I mean. He didn't help the fact that people thought that. Kind of like leaned into it.
I still think he's been replaced. And Joel had a really good theory. We were talking about it. Like why celebrities get like tattoos on their face and stuff. It's because like if they get replaced, it's harder to, get the exact tattoo correct on someone's face.
Yeah.
And the example is like the Post Malone thing, because Post Malone said, he disappeared for a while too. And he's big into conspiracies also. But, yeah.
Yeah, he also doesn't look good either.
No.
He looks like he's on some serious drugs. I don't know what he's on. But I've seen it. I'm sure everyone's seen that clip of him talking to the person outside or whatever it is. Like, yeah, man. It's like, I'm like, oh my God, like what has happened to this guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I seriously think that there are some celebrities that are clones, like legit. I mean, I don't know. And like, who knows? I mean, Taylor Swift, she could be a clone. I mean, I know she's all into like the dark arts.
Now, the Taylor Swift one is interesting because I've heard a couple things on that. I've heard the one that people think Taylor Swift is the lady from the 80s or whatever, the Satanist lady. I've seen that one. And then I've seen a new one where there's, oh my God, I'm forgetting the daughter. It's the daughter of somebody.
Daughter of Anton LaVey.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Looks just like Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
That's what I'm saying is maybe it's not, Taylor Swift is not like her. Because I mean, she'd be like pretty old now.
And there's no way. There's no way she's that lady from the 80s. It's just
she's drinking blood, Yeah. We're gonna get kicked off YouTube.
Not a chance. You could take it from our dead cold hands, right, Jason?
That's right. But yeah, so I mean, she could be a clone, or I mean, even like a child of her. I mean, I mean,
or it could just be a coincidence that they look alike. You know what I mean?
No coincidence, Phil.
Well, how many doppelgangers do they say are per person? Isn't there like a number that they say there's at least 15 people that look just like you?
Yeah. Oh, that's the one I was. Oh man, Anne Hathaway and her husband. Dude, do you know this one?
No. Do they
Oh
look alike?
no, look it up right now and put it on the screen. Anne Hathaway and her husband look like William Shakespeare and his wife, whose name was also Anne Hathaway. It'll blow your mind, dude. That is the crazy. Seriously.
Husband.
Anne Hathaway and husband look like William Shakespeare. Yeah.
I'll probably
Dude.
find the photo here. Yep, I got it right here. All
Yeah.
right. Just give me 2
Right.
seconds. Let me see if I can get a bigger version of this.
Riveting
Oh,
radio.
dude, don't worry about this. I'm so fast at this now. All right, guys, pulling it right up for you right now. Here comes Anne Hathaway and the husband. Here we go. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah, I could definitely see, especially the top one. I could definitely see the resemblance.
Yeah. In
The most.
I know the bottom one is
not so much, but I mean, the very fact they had the same name is strange.
Yeah,
I mean, like I said, it's just like what people say. History does repeat itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, that's definitely weird. He looks a lot like him. I will say that.
Yep. And
Yeah,
I mean,
that's interesting.
I mean, if going down this rabbit hole, there's the gosh, there's so many pictures of people who look like celebrities. Like it's crazy, like from like the 1800s and stuff.
Oh yeah, or have you even seen like the photos of like, oh, this is the grandson of this World War II vet, a great grandson of this World War II vet or something, and they look identical?
Yeah.
Have you seen those before? Those are striking.
Those.
Yeah, like even that kind of stuff I think is crazy, that like generations apart, because of the way DNA works and stuff like that, certain characteristics and stuff will like win out, and then, 3 generations down, the person looks exactly the same as that. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah. But I mean, it does happen. So, but yeah, they did. Did hear that somewhere about the doppelgangers. Like, I forget how many people look like you, but there's at least a minimum of X amount of people that look just like you. And I'm talking to you out there, whoever you are.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Talking to me?
Yep.
No one.
There's 6 other Jasons just like you.
Look like this.
They definitely. How much? I swear to God, there's a guy literally just came across the stream and is seeing you do that. He's like, "Oh my God, I look just like this guy."
Tony said that Dave Chappelle's a clone for sure.
Yeah, I don't know about that,
dude. I mean, he went away. He's one of those guys that left and went away for a while and then came back.
Yeah, but at least he seems the same. His voice is almost the same. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, but the thing about Chappelle is, I mean, maybe when he came back, he did a lot of stuff that was really controversial. Maybe they cloned him after that. They're like, dude, we're taking you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, possibly. Yeah, whenever time I think of Chappelle, I just think about the Bob Saget movie. God, now I can't remember. It's not even Bob Saget movie. I'm sorry. Bob Saget's in the movie. Bob Saget made Dirty Work at the same time.
Yeah.
What's the how am I forgetting the name of the movie?
I know what you're talking about.
Man.
It's a classic movie.
Jim Brewer is in it. It's
Yeah.
it's obviously about smoking weed and all that stuff, but
it's not
like Super High Me or anything like that. It's something. What is that movie? How are we forgetting this movie? That is insane. Everyone knows this movie.
It's so funny.
But apparently me and you right now, but I don't know.
The dog, they have that Rottweiler and the Rottweiler.
Yes. I know we can describe the whole movie, but not the name of the movie. But yeah, dude, I love that movie. So yeah, Jerry Garcia in the bottle at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a classic scene. They're trying to like prosecute him or something, and they're like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "I'm from Jamaica." What part of Jamaica? Down near the beach.
Yeah.
What's that movie? Gosh,
I got it right here. Half Baked.
Half Baked, yeah.
Half Baked. 1998. Half Baked.
Classic.
Yeah, absolutely. Such a great movie.
Jim B.
I
knows
love
about
that.
Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer. Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer, he's one of those guys that he's been talking a lot of truth stuff too. Like he I don't know if you watch some of his stand up, and he's been on some shows, and he really kind of goes deep. But a lot of these guys, a lot of celebrities are coming forward and dropping some bombs about what really goes on. Like Cat Stevens, he's been doing that too.
Yeah, didn't Cat Stevens leave the country?
Maybe, I don't know.
He what is it called when you leave the country?
Oh,
and you don't come back. I'm pretty sure he did.
Like he becomes an expat, I guess. Is that what's called?
Or something like that.
Yeah.
He forsake the United States or something like that. This is a long time ago, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He changed his name and everything. He changed his name to some Arabic name or something.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
At least I think so.
Dave Chappelle do that too?
Who?
Dave Chappelle, didn't he? He left the country, but he came back.
Yeah, he went to Africa.
Yeah.
To find himself or something like that.
Or did he?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Cat Stevens, now known as Yusuf Islam. British singer, songwriter, musician. Yep. Interesting. Maybe I might be wrong about him. Maybe he was a UK citizen, but I know I thought he had changed his name, but maybe he did not. Maybe he goes by Cat Stevens now again.
I don't know.
But anyway,
I need to go down this rabbit hole about Dave Chappelle, though. I'm going to be looking that up, for sure. Because like I said, all this, it's just fascinating, what all these celebrities do, to get to where they're at. A lot of dark stuff.
I thought you were going to say it's just amazing what these celebrities do on a daily basis. What do they do? I don't know.
I don't know.
I want to see them shopping. I want to see them buying groceries. I want to see them doing normal things. How do we know these people are real?
They're probably not real.
Yeah, there could be just a figment of our imagination.
It's all
just all AI, just purely in movies. Just so they've just messed with the algorithm. I'm just trying to see if we get kicked off YouTube.
We may get kicked off.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
I talked enough about drinking blood tonight.
Yeah. Let's bring it back. Yes, the Huckamuck Swamp is crazy. Tinfoil Wizard, please let me know how you like the month of madness so far in the Huckamuck Swamp, going every single day. He's been there almost every single day watching me go to the Huckamuck Swamp. So,
did you know I almost got Tony kicked off YouTube once?
For what?
It was me, him, and Jack. We did this. Remember the plane episode, the Malaysian plane? Yeah,
when you had the guy on with the footage, right?
Yeah, they had the guy on the footage, and we did kind of a postmortem, talking about that episode. And I may have said something about a disease that went around for a little while, and Tony's like, "You can't say that."
Well, kind of like last week when you gave a lot of praise to Satanisms or Satan. What did you say? They're overall great people, even though they murder people. Is that what you said about them?
No, I was trying not to get a curse put on myself.
Yeah. I understand that. I understand that.
Satanism's really bad. It's probably the worst religion ever. There's well, maybe the people aren't so bad.
Well, I've never met them. How do I know they're bad? Like I said, Laura, we did not get. I don't think we did not get any hate mail.
No hate mail.
No hate mail from that.
I covered our bases right before the hate mail came in.
He did cover his bases, both sides.
Yeah.
He was doing damage control. Like I said last week, it was like he was falling down and grabbing the curtains as he was falling down.
Well, you did the bad thing. You said, "Jason, I'll be right back. Just take it."
He's like, "Hold on, I gotta look this up." But they're nice people. Yep, that is true. And Laura is dying.
Yeah, Laura, thanks for coming on last week. That was awesome.
No, that was a fun episode. Yeah, huge shout out to Laura from Midnight in the Mountains for coming on with us last week for sure. Please check out her podcast as well. She was awesome. And Tinfoil wanted to know a fact about. I could tell you. I'll tell you one fact about puckwudgies because I've talked about puckwudgies a lot. But one fact about puckwudgies is they can reappear and disappear at will, which makes them absolutely deadly.
Is that your phone blowing up? Because I
Yeah,
can hear it vibrating.
it is. Yep. It's just a buddy of ours messaged me about a clip. Yeah. Oh, Jim Brewer. That's what it is.
Okay.
A Jim Brewer clip. You want me to play this?
Sure.
All right. It'll just be audio because I can't get it up. But anyway, here we
go. You two, did you fall out? Or did you just go different ways?
No. We I think different ways, but I'll put something out there that I don't know if he when we were filming we were filming a movie, and he also had a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
From HBO and or not HBO, Comedy Central and all this shit, right?
The worst bunch of people on earth.
Horrid.
Mm-hmm.
He then, while he was on the show, when it was blowing up, and we remember the Aspen Comedy Festival? I don't know.
Yeah, that was fun. I did that too.
He came there, and he was freaked out. Yeah. I said, what's going on? And all I could say is he was visited. Yeah, that's what I think too. And when he told me who visited him, my heart stopped for a second. I'm like, get the fuck. And I'll never forget, he went, you believe me, right? You believe me, Jim, right? And I could, he's like, they came to me. And he said the names. I'm like, get the fuck. And what happened? And then all of a sudden he went to Africa.
Yeah, that's what I remember happening. But they never really said what happened. Were you threatened? I mean, I don't know how much you want
I don't have that.
You can't.
I guess none of my business.
Okay.
But I know for a fact.
He was corrected.
He said, correct.
Yeah.
He was, hey, by whoever it was. Hey, we need to have a conversation. Would you like some of your own coffee in your house? What? Yeah, like that heavy shit. And that's the first time, I would. And so when I saw him come back, there was a lot less communication. And maybe he just, maybe he just grows, whatever. But I can honestly say, maybe I'm crazy and I am crazy for saying this. Mm-hmm. When I saw him completely come back, I really questioned if that was him.
Yeah, I know, right? I think that's...
And I know that's really crazy.
I think those same things, yeah.
I know that's crazy.
It's no crazier than that. Oh, the trains are going off the rails.
I tell you what, these fucking boats are running into bridges. Son of a bitch, the goddamn fucking electricity went out, and let me get the the black box
do you have a beep? No beeps. I thought I had a beep on here. I can hit all the buttons except for the beep. Where's the beep? Nope. I don't know.
did it just say nope?
I said nope.
Okay, gotcha. And then Tinfoil was, I'm going to use that fact in my podcast I'm making, not coming anytime soon. I need a script and editing software. Yeah, if you want to know more about puckwudgies, I could probably give you a couple links to some information about puckwudgies for sure. But
there it is.
Nice.
Where was that? Whenever all that cussing was going on.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, interesting. Definitely interesting at the very least. But who do you think by visited? Who do you think he means? I took that as governmental.
I think governmental or the Hollywood elites.
Sure.
Like the people, that no one talks about,
Or like the
people
the big wigs of Hollywood, meaning the people who produce things and the network heads of this, that, and the other thing. Those kind of people.
Yeah.
As the confessionals says, Hollywood higher ups.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. The ones that run it. Yep. Yeah, definitely interesting. Yeah, I don't know, but definitely interesting nonetheless.
Hollywood higher ups may be one and the same as the people who are behind the scenes running everything else around the world.
That's true. That's true. Absolutely. You just never really know.
Because all the news is not 100% factual, and who knows if think of all the production stuff that we get on movies. It looks really real now. You can't really tell from fake to what we're shown CGI and stuff. So who knows what's going on around the world that we're being lied to about.
That's true, unless you see it with your own eyes. But then sometimes you can't even trust your own eyes.
Yeah.
Well, then you kind of get into Project Bluebeam type of stuff. Where if they can manipulate things in the sky or the way things look, well, because you can't even trust what's on your TV anymore necessarily.
No.
Just because even things that aren't doctored can be cut to make people look a certain way, and you would never know that unless you saw the full clip.
Yeah.
Because me or you could cut any clip to make someone look worse than they are, or make them say something that they didn't say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's weird. So on my screen just now, a box flashed up, like a window, open and close, real fast.
Really?
I don't know what that was about. Yeah, but that was weird.
It sounds like you need a VPN, my friend. Not that we have any VPNs that sponsor us, but I highly recommend a VPN for that very reason.
I highly recommend a VPN to sponsor us.
That would be incredible. That would be incredible. I already got a few ideas for one of my podcasts. They are Creepy Dancing Lady Norway, UFO Puck Wedgies, and Helltown. That sounds incredible, Tinfoil.
Dude.
I love it.
Hey, Tinfoil, Helltown, are you talking about the place in Pennsylvania that's on fire?
Centralia.
Yes, Centralia.
And then Bedtime for the Old Guy. Good job, fellas. Thank you, Tony.
I'm older than you, dude.
That's true. That's true. And I am older than him as well. So I don't know why he said that. That's unbelievable that he would say that. Because if he's old, then what are we?
That's right.
Oh, Laura's coming in with some knowledge. Same thing as
Ohio.
As Ohio. Yeah. Interesting. They're both right. It is, I guess, Ohio. Interesting. I did not know about that. So I'm going to have to take a look at that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I wonder, the Helltown, Ohio, I always thought it was the Centralia, but there's one that Silent Hill, the video game, is based off of.
I believe that's Centralia.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Someone just joined us right here at the end in the chat. Sup?
There he is. I love that.
Yeah.
That's definitely somebody new. So yeah. Thank you for joining in, Sean. Appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, man. Even though we're right here at the end, go back and watch it. Also, just to let you know, if this is the first time you're tuning in, we do this live on Sundays, and then also this episode will be coming out in podcast format on Thursday, and also Thursday it'll be a normal YouTube video for you to watch.
Awesome. Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of AFK Discussions. This has been an absolutely awesome episode. Like Jason said, please follow us on all social media platforms. Instagram has been a real pain in the ass recently. I know I just swore, but that's okay. But they have been a real pain in the ass.
Dude.
So please follow us on Instagram. Support us on Instagram. Write in the comments, this account is not fake.
Yeah, so let me tell you guys. Instagram, I logged in and it said, hey, it looks like you've had some fake people posting on your Instagram. Guys, listen. I have been really horrible about posting on Instagram lately. I've been maybe posting once a week, and Phil posted there a couple of times, and they're like, "Oh, look, what is all this? This is ridiculous." I'm so mad right now because if you guys remember, I got banned from liking and
Following, yep, all
following
that
and
stuff.
commenting
Yep.
recently, and I just finally got out of Instagram jail, and now they're wanting to take it completely away. So I don't know what's going on. We're not really that controversial, so I don't know why they're threatening us. But yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, please support us over there. Make sure you guys follow us over there on Instagram. For whatever reason, they're just being a real pain. So yeah, so please support us over there. Let them know that we are not fake and we are real. So much appreciated, and we will see you guys. I'm going to be off next week, but Jason will be back here next week. I'll probably set up the live for him so he can go live and all that stuff. I'll show him how to do that. So you guys can join us next week. We'll join Jason next week. I'm sure Jason might have a guest. He'll probably have somebody with him, I'm sure.
I will
Yep.
find somebody.
Yep.
I don't
And
know
so
who
it's, as of right now, TBD.
TBD.
And we will be before we go, I gotta say hi to Richie. Hi and good night. See you, Richie. Banter with Richie B. We gotta have Rich on here as well at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Jason, you want to give a shout out to our sponsors one more time, and we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, guys, check out fattack.com for all your Bigfoot needs. I'm just kidding. I just read Bigfoot.
Maybe.
Yeah. So Fat Tack is an awesome site. They have gear for, like, if you're a bigger dude and you want to get some body armor, right? Maybe you want to, have a chance if someone breaks in your house to defend your family. So, maybe you need some body armor, which is, could be a thing in the future, because, who knows where things are going. So, yeah, go to fattack.com, and they have sizes from small all the way up to, I think, 5X in plate carriers, which is awesome because, if you're a big dude, you can't wear the normal size plate carriers. So yeah, they have holsters, they have belts, they have pretty much anything you need. They have, like I was saying earlier, they have sandals now. And, maybe there are going to be some AFK discussion sandals coming soon. I'm going to have to talk to my boy and try to get them on the site. Also, you can get AFK discussion shirts on there. If you go to their site and you go to influencers, we are on there with our t-shirts. So check it out. Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, make sure you guys buy a t-shirt, and when you buy the t-shirt, take a picture or a video with you with the t-shirt on or holding the t-shirt up, whatever you want to do, and we will put it on the dreaded Instagram so they can just suck it.
Yeah. Hey guys, also I want to let you know that I haven't talked to Phil about this, but I want to do another giveaway because we haven't done one in a while. I did one maybe a year ago, and I only had a few entries, but I'd like to do another t-shirt giveaway. So watch Instagram, like us over there, and I will be putting up maybe the 1st of August. I'll be running a little contest, and maybe you could win a t-shirt.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be awesome. I'm sure everyone loves free merch. So make sure you guys check that out. Awesome. Cool. That's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of AFK Discussions. Yeah, that's it. Peace.
Peace.